Tioga County, New York has a unique dichotomy of being incredibly rural with major industry. Tioga County is made up of the 9 towns of Barton, Berkshire, Candor, Newark Valley, Nichols, Owego, Richford, Spencer, and Tioga, with many villages and hamlets within those towns. The population of Tioga County is under 50,000, and it is a largely rural agricultural county. The southern part of the county is more industrialized, with Interstate 86 cutting through, leading to significant warehouse and distribution center activity along the highway, including Best Buy in Nichols and CVS in Waverly. The 2 largest private employers in the county are Lockheed Martin in Owego, which is a military aircraft contractor employing over 2,500 people, and Tioga Downs Casino Resort in Nichols, which employs about 600 people. When you get away from the interstate highway, Tioga County has small traditional towns, some without a single stoplight. Tioga County is known for antiquing, small town festivals, and family farms. Owego is the largest town in Tioga County with a population near 19,000, and it is the county seat. Owego has a thriving traditional Main Street America feel and downtown district, and visitors come from all around for antiquing. The former J.J. Newberry department store is now one of the largest antique stores in New York. The early Owego Antique Center, with over 20,000 square feet of treasures, or the Elks Antique Emporium, and other boutique shops have great finds as well. Wandering down Lake Street, you can get a great meal in the casual environment at Owego Kitchen, or a sweet treat at Fuddy Duddy's, or one of the other many great restaurants around town. Owego hosts an annual Strawberry Festival during June, and the Tioga County Fair in August. In Courthouse Square Park, you will find the Baker Fireman's Fountain, and next to the firehouse is the display of the fully restored steam firefighting apparatus from 1866. The Parkview Inn is the oldest continuously operating business in the village of Owego since 1867. Warden Van Scoy has continued to offer high-quality animal feed and farm supplies to the farming community for over 100 years. Hickory's Park is a 120-acre municipal park along the Susquehanna River, with camping, a playground, dog park, boat launch, sports fields, and pavilions. The Waterman Conservation Education Center in the village of Appalachian offers hiking trails, educational programs, and a museum with ambassador animals. While in Appalachian, you can enjoy the Blue Dolphin Diner, which is a traditional family Greek diner. Owego was named America's coolest small town by Budget Travel in 2009. Barton, which includes the village of Waverly, is the second largest town with a population of over 8,000. Barton is home to Emory Chapel, the oldest church building in Tioga County, which was built in 1833. Waverly has a unique museum called the Susquehanna River Archaeological Center. Its exhibit displays archaeological and paleontological finds by local collectors, including fossils and Native American tools, projectiles, pottery, and beads. If you're feeling gluttonous, Soprano's Market satisfies with mouth-watering desserts. While you're in Waverly, you can stop by Waverly Glen and have a moment of zen in nature by the waterfalls. Due to severe flooding from the Susquehanna River, Barton is part of the Valley FEMA designation area. Candor is the 3rd largest town in Tioga County with nearly 5,000 residents. When you say Candor, it's common to hear, "Oh, the pumpkin farm," referring to Iron Kettle Farm. The Iron Kettle Fall Spooktacular includes a large pumpkin display, corn maze, hay rides, and other family fun. Candor is also known for its annual 4th of July parade, which is a lengthy hour-long parade that draws in spectators from all around the county and beyond. Candor also hosts the Daffodil Days Festival in April and the Catatonk Valley Woodcarvers Festival in October each year. The Highway Dairy Bar has been the center of local activity during the summer for ice cream, a quick meal, and social fun for 60 years. For those who come to Tioga County for antiquing, Boswick's Antique Mall is another must-stop location to find the antique and the unique. And while you're there, grab a meal at the Rustic Griddle Diner. Candor also has several historic churches, including St. Mark's Episcopal Church, which has a historic Mark Love organ. And don't miss the giant pink elephant, which is a roadside attraction at Metro's mini golf course. Tioga is the fourth largest town with over 4,000 residents. Ransom Park is the center of community activity in Tioga. The former Tioga Center Post Office, which claimed to be the smallest post office in New York State, was moved to Ransom Park, where it continues to be a point of interest. The former Tioga Center General Store, built in 1849, is the oldest commercial building in Tioga County. Newark Valley is the fifth largest town, with about 3,500 residents. The Newark Valley Historical Society runs an 1800s living history museum at Beament Billings Farmstead and a community center at the historic train depot. The Historical Society hosts the Depot Friday Nights concert series during the summer and the annual Apple Festival at the farmstead in October. In the late 1800s, Trout Pond Park was an amusement park. Today it is a community park in Newark Valley with pavilions, a playground, and fitness trail. The Tappan Spaulding Memorial Library is a uniquely beautiful building that's on the National Register of Historic Places. Spencer is the sixth largest town with just under 3,000 residents that was established as a Finnish immigrant community. Nichols Park is the center of community activities with walking trails, fishing, and Evinrude, the marsh monster. It's the location of the long-running annual Spencer Picnic. 2026 marks the 114th Spencer Picnic, which has only been canceled twice, one year during World War II and in 2020 due to the pandemic. Tioga State Bank is headquartered in Spencer and is one of the few remaining family-owned local banks in Upstate in its fifth generation of family management. Spencer's Christ the King Presbyterian Church is on the National Register of Historic Places. Spencer served as the original county seat for Tioga County. Nichols is one of the smaller towns in Tioga County with just over 2,000 residents, despite having one of the largest employers. Tioga Downs opened in 2006 as a harness racing track and has expanded to the premier casino resort and event center in the region. Nichols also has the Champion Motorcycle Speedway. Other destinations in Nichols include the Fainting Goat Island Inn, a themed bed and breakfast, and Engelbert Farms, the first certified organic dairy farm in the United States. The former Asbury Church building is now home to the Kirby Band, which is the second oldest band in the country. Berkshire is a truly rural farming community. With a population of about 1,500 people, Berkshire is known for several active family farms, including a robust Amish community. Driving through Berkshire, you may share the road with a horse and buggy. There is also a local lumber industry. The Berkshire Library hosts the annual Blueberry and Book Festival every July. Berkshire was named for the pioneers who settled here from Berkshire County, Massachusetts. Richford is the smallest town with about 1,000 residents. It's a great area for hiking with portions of 6 different state forests in the town. Richford hosts the annual Potato Festival every September to celebrate its long heritage of potato farming. Richford is most notably the birthplace of oil industrialist John D. Rockefeller, who was the owner of Standard Oil Company and one of the richest men in the world. The foundation of Rockefeller's childhood home is marked by a historical placard. There are several other people of note from Tioga County, New York. Belva Lockwood, suffragist and politician, lived in Owego in the 1860s, where she ran a women's seminary. She was the first female attorney to argue a case before the U.S. Supreme Court in 1880, and she was the first woman to officially run for president in 1884. Her Owego home is now a bed and breakfast. Brigadier General Rebecca Halstead was born in Wilseyville in the town of Candor. She was the first female West Point graduate to become a general officer. She is the author of the book, The First Person You Must Lead Is You. In 2021, Halstead was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame. Andrew Burgess lived in Owego for several years and is interred in Evergreen Cemetery in Owego. He was a prolific firearm inventor with 894 patents, including the Burgess folding gun, which he manufactured in Buffalo. Prior to his work with firearms, he was a photographer who is credited with taking the picture of Abraham Lincoln that appears on the $5 bill. Helen Dean King was born in Owego, New York in 1869. She was a zoologist who earned a Ph.D. in biology and morphology. She developed the Wistar strain of genetically homogeneous rats, which has been widely used in laboratory research to develop new medications for decades. Calvin Buffington of Berkshire patented the folding chair in 1912, which he manufactured in Berkshire until 1926 when he moved production to Owego. His former home in Berkshire is on the National Register of Historic Places. Benjamin Franklin Tracy was born in Appalachian in 1830. He served as the Secretary of the Navy under President Benjamin Harrison. Esther McQuigg Morris was born in Spencer in the 1820s. She moved to the Wyoming Territory in 1896, where she applied to the Justice of the Peace position despite having minimal education. She was appointed and served 8 months as a judge, making her the first woman Justice of the Peace in the U.S. Giuseppe Barbera, a.k.a. Joe the Barber, was an Italian-American mob boss who hosted the fateful 1957 Mafia Summit at his Appalachian estate. Around 100 organized crime leaders from across the country attended. Local police became suspicious when so many luxury cars with out-of-state license plates gathered, and when it was raided by law enforcement, the existence of a national criminal network was proven, and several attendees went to jail. Douglas Hurley, an Appalachian resident and Owego Free Academy graduate, became an astronaut who piloted the final flight of the Space Shuttle program. He also commanded the first flight of the SpaceX Dragon to the International Space Station. Brothers Jeff, Brett, and Todd Bodine are professional NASCAR drivers who graduated from Waverly High School. Les Goebel, NFL halfback and defensive back for the Chicago Cardinals in the 1950s, was born in Waverly. And John Marshall is a cartoonist best known as the artist of the Blondie comic strip since 2005. He was also born in Waverly. Tioga County is on the native lands of the Cayuga Nation of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. The county and local historical societies have displays about the Native American history and artifacts from the area. Historically, there was major industry in all of the small towns, which have closed over time. Owego had the Sanmina Corporation plant, which manufactured electronics and circuit boards, and at its peak employed over 1,000 workers. The Owego Shoe Factory of Endicott Johnson employed hundreds of local residents manufacturing leather shoes, and the Owego Bridge Company manufactured structural steel and iron bridges. In Waverly, the Minoil Manufacturing Company produced hollow-cast toy soldiers and vehicles. Tioga Mills produced animal feed and distributed it across the entire East Coast. The Waverly Silk Ribbon Company was a textile mill making silk ribbon, and the Hall Lyons Furniture Company was a large-scale furniture fabrication plant. Ted Clark's Busy Market, local grocery store for 92 years, closed its doors in February 2024. In Candor, the Wands Glove Company factory employed over 200 workers operating sewing machines to produce gloves. The Candor Woolen Mills manufactured over 30,000 yards of wool cloth per year. In Newark Valley, the Gold Medal Ladder Factory employed 100 people to manufacture step ladders and extension ladders. The Davidge Newark Valley Tannery was once one of the largest employers in the area, using hemlock to tan shoe leather. In Spencer, the Spencer Glove Factory manufactured gloves in Spencer and then expanded to a second factory in Waverly during its peak years. The Spencer Cooperative Society was a massive poultry and egg cooperative organized by the Finnish farmers to coordinate a central distribution hub to ship to metropolitan areas. In Nichols, the early Susquehanna River shipping wharves managed the sorting docks and loading platforms where goods were shipped down the river to southern markets. In Berkshire, the Berkshire Tannery processed up to 25,000 hides annually. In Richford, the Rich Glove and Mitten Factory was the town's earliest manufacturing business, producing leather gloves and mittens for regional laborers. The Clark Seed Farms was a seed processing operation specializing in potatoes. This company was the inspiration for the annual Potato Festival. Each town also had lumber mills, grist mills, and creameries, along with other businesses that have closed over the years. Tioga County, New York, is the southern gateway to the Finger Lakes region and the northern border of Pennsylvania, and provides a unique small-town charm. Whether it's dairy or beef, eggs or produce, honey or maple syrup, you will find it farm fresh here. Tioga County is a great example of the awesomeness of Upstate. None of the companies or organizations mentioned in this video paid to advertise. Awesome Upstate just appreciates recognizing the value of small local businesses. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to learn more about Awesome Upstate New York.